Alright, y'all, what's good? This is Vaughn. Average is failure, as always. I just wanted to share a little thought with you all that I've realized about myself. If you know anything about me, most of my life I've been a people pleaser. That's just part of my nature. That's part of my personality. It's not a bad thing. However, just like any kind of personality type, there are positives to it and there are also negative aspects of it. And I think that this particular trait of mine, in some ways it has been good, but I also think that it is partially the cause of why certain areas of my life in the past were average, and why there are certain things that I struggle with today. And while I'm overcoming it, it takes me a lot longer than maybe some other people, than it would take some other people. And so I was talking to my church earlier today about the concept of taking the limits off, taking off the limitations. And I've been restricted because there were times where I might have wanted to say something to somebody, or there were times where I might have wanted to do something, or I felt like I had a good idea, or there were times where, you know, there was just something that I wanted to do and I wouldn't do it because, you know, I wanted to play it safe. I wanted to do the thing that I thought was a sure thing to work out. You know, I'm the type of person who I'll go to everybody trying to get their intake on their take on something, because I want to make sure that the decision that I'm making is the best decision possible. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, but it can be bad because there are times where you won't know every single thing that you have to do until you just jump out there and do it. And so one of the things that one of my mentors was talking to me, and he was talking about the concept of he was talking about the concept of pulling the trigger. And one of the things that he said to me was that, Vaughn, you have the good ideas. You have what it takes. You have the know-how. I don't know what's stopping you, but there's something keeping you back from pulling the trigger. And so what I'm going to dedicate the rest of this year to, for myself at least, and for some of you, hopefully this is helpful to you and powerful for you, but I'm going to challenge myself to, if I feel that there's something that I should do, if I feel like there's something that I can do, and maybe if I'm not sure about a step to take, I am going to challenge myself to take the limits off. I'm tired of operating with limits, y'all. I'm tired of operating and not really getting to fully be who I am. And I think the challenge that many of us have, especially in this day and age, especially if you're a millennial, is that we are at a point in time where I think people in general for generations have felt like who they fully are has been forced to be held back. And now people are getting to a place where they're saying, listen, I want to, before I die, I want to at least know what it was like to fully be who I have been created to be. So I'm taking up this challenge. The center focus of Average is Failure, I think, for the rest of this year is going to be about taking off the limits, pulling the trigger, and being my full self. So, you know, I'm just saying, any of you all who are willing or who would like to join me on that journey, please feel free. And if you should decide to, please keep me updated on how that journey is going. I'll leave this video here. Hopefully you will hear more from me going forward. But as always, Average is Failure. Take the limits off, y'all. That's what I'm about to do. Peace.